live!
We're live! What's up, Mr. Pickle?
How are you?
I am doing really, really well today. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, but wait a minute. You're a new person in the Jim Edwards online universe. What the heck are you doing here? What?
This makes no sense. Nobody knows what this is. No one knows who we are. No one, I mean, I went live earlier, but this isn't who, what, where, when, why, how. Well, let me tell you, everybody, this is none other than Dave Golden Showers Lindenbaum.
That's Mr. Golden Showers.
Mr. Golden Showers Lindenbaum. And I'm, of course, Jim Edwards. That's why we're going live to my page and group and all that good stuff. But you might be asking yourself, what the heck are you doing here? Well, Dave and I, behind the scenes in one of the more expensive online and well worth it online coaching programs in the interwebs, have been doing for the last year a program for a very small group of people called
Beat
That!
Headline.
And Beat That Headline is basically where we have been looking at people's headlines and we have been trying to beat them and helping people to better their best and make more money with the same traffic that they are already getting. And we've done this for a year. I mean, the funny thing is that we're like, hey, we know exactly what we're doing. You just don't know what we're doing. So then in the last few months, there've been a couple changes and we were like, you know what, dude, we don't have to just do this for a small group of people. We need to go do this for like the whole universe. So this is our first foray out into the wide world to share our thoughts on how to make your sales copy massively more profitable without spending a single dime more than you already are on traffic. Now, how cool is that? And so Beat That Headline, though this may be Beat That ad, or it might be Beat That call to action, or Beat That order bump.
Yep.
The name of the show is Beat That Headline. But this is where we're going to teach you how to become a massively effective optimizer in all things copy. Specifically, though, starting with headlines. Go ahead, Dave.
And testing it. And so
Yes.
It's really where Jim's love and expertise of copywriting met my love and expertise of conversion rate optimization, which is just a geeky word for like making more with the same amount of traffic.
Right.
Creatively, how we could have just come up with a way where we could hang out once a week because we really like,
Right.
Shout out to Funnel Hacking Live because that's, I think, originally where we met in person so many moons ago. And this was a creative way that we could kind of ensure that we get to keep our friendship where once a week we meet and get to also help people that are on this call. And so it's a fun little game show that we call Beat That Headline. And we're going to where conversion and copywriting meet is really the headline. And
Right.
Jim, maybe you could share like why? Because there's so many elements on a landing page. Sometimes, the landing page, when it comes to split testing, it becomes unwieldy because there's so many things you could test. So why do we usually almost always start with the headline? And why is testing the shiny gold object that is actually the thing worth doing? No matter what industry you're in, no matter what evolution you are in your business, why is it kind of like that magic bullet that you'll always win if you actually test?
So let me ask everybody who's here with us live, when you look at a newspaper, or when you used to look at a newspaper, what was the first thing that you would look at to determine whether you were going to read the article or not? Seriously, when you would pick up a newsletter, a newspaper, what is the very first thing that you would look at? And for those of you who are paying attention or have ever seen a newspaper, it would be the headline. The headline is what lets you know if you want to read the article or not. Next, if you think about an online newsletter or an email, you go into your Gmail account, what is the thing that you look at first, which is the subject line? The subject line acts as the headline for the email. So if the subject line doesn't grab your attention, you don't even get up to bat with the email. With the article, with the ad, if the subject line, if the headline doesn't grab your attention, you don't get up to bat with the rest. So the very first thing that makes the difference before anything else is the headline. That's going to dictate whether somebody's going to stop what they're doing and pay attention to your video sales letter, your really cool story, your amazing bullets, your wonderful offer stack, all of these things. And since this is our show now, we can say if your headline sucks, your results are going to suck. And if your headline is amazing, even if the rest of your sales copy sucks, you're going to suck a lot less, because even a blind one-armed monkey that gets up to bat enough can hit a home run because he's up to bat a whole bunch of times. So, but if you never get up to bat because your headline sucks, you could be the best, you could be Barry Bonds with or without steroids, and you're not going to get a hit because you're not getting in the batter's box. So the easiest way to do this, and you might say, oh, Jim, that really doesn't make a whole lot of difference. Well, I've seen a difference just switching out a headline of as much as a 500% increase in sales. Me personally, 500% difference in sales. The only difference was switching out the headline. So let me give you a real world example. Oh, and this is another thing, that if you hated math in school, you better unhate math, because math can make you rich. And I will also tell you that none of this math is complicated, because I'm the guy that got the D- in statistics and got thrown out of business school. True story. Honest to God, true story. I'd show you my transcript. There's a D- in business statistics. Don't need any of that stuff. Just simple. All the math I needed to know to make $1 million, I learned by the time I was in the 2nd grade. So here you go. So in this case, we're just going to give you this a real life example from a real life funnel that I'm running. And this is beat that one-time offer headline. All right. So here's the control. And there's, okay, that's like the most complicated word you're ever going to hear is control. That means that's the headline, or that's this piece of copy that you're trying to beat. You're trying to better your best at all times. All right. So here's the first one. This is a one-time offer for my 7-day ebook course, available at 7dayebook.com. If you want to know how to create your own outrageously profitable ebook in as little as 7 days, even if you can't write, can't type, and failed high school English class, go to 7dayebook.com right now and sign up. And once you buy, I'm going to make you an amazing offer on the OTO page, which you need to take right now. Look into my eyes. Head on over to 7dayebook.com and sign up today. All right. So when you get to that page, you're going to see one of two headlines. One will make you buy. Well, you're going to buy anyway. But this was the control. This has kind of been my go-to headline formula for an OTO with a book. You know, typically the funnel with a book, you've got a book, and then you got the order bump for the audio version. And then on the next page, you got the video version. It's the video home study course to go with it. I mean, that's just the standard book funnel. Okay. So the headline that I've been using for forever is upgrade to the 7-day ebook version 3.0 video home study course. And I thought to myself, could I do better? Could I do better, Dave? Could I always do better? Of course. That's what my mother told me for years. You can do better, Jim. So, and I was like, no, Mom, I can't. Bring me some Cheetos and I need a new Atari game.
That's what my wife has been telling me for years, but I digress. I'm suddenly I have an urge to buy an ebook.
You got two kids. You must be able to do something right. So then I said to myself, okay, let's try a derivation of the headline. So I did the second version. We're doing an A/B split test, which means when someone comes, they either see A or B, but it's the same traffic. And it's from the same, when I say the same traffic, it's all from the same source, and they're equally seeing these different people. Okay. So person 1 comes, they see this, person 2 sees this, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So an equal number of people from a homogeneous traffic source. You like that big word? That means they're all coming from the same place. Now, let me ask you all in the Q&A box, in the comments, which one of these do you think performed better? Version 1 or version 2? Now, to respond, all you have to do is put in a 1 and whack the enter key. This is not complicated. So put in a 1 or a 2. Which one of these do you think outperformed the other? Was it upgrade the 7-day ebook version 3.0 video home study course, or grab the easy button before you go. Upgrade to the 7-day ebook version 3.0 video home study course. Now, this is not going to work if you don't participate, okay? That's why we call it a game show. It's a participation show. And whoever put 1 or 2, that sucks, okay? It's 1 or 2, all right? Smart Alec. That's probably someone I know. It's probably a friend of mine. Okay, so put in 1 if you think version 1.1, or put in 2 if you think version 2.1. So Leslie says 2, Vicky says 2, Jeff says 1, Preston, hold up a 1 or 2. That we got people in the green room. Which one? Okay, he says 2, and that lovely lady behind you says 2. Kelvaner says 2. And Frank says 2. Okay, so this is a very scientific test. I think Russell's voxing me right now.
Okay. Russell's like, it's 1. It's 1. I mean, it's 2. Okay, he's probably the one that said 1 or 2.
So like 80% of the audience thinks it's number 2. Which one do you think it is, Dave?
Well,
you already know.
I already know, so I will abstain.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Abstain.
Here is the answer. All right. Version 1 has a 39.47% conversion rate. That means almost 40% of the people that show up to that page take that offer, okay? Version 2 has a 31.45% conversion rate. And you're like, well, Jim, that's only a difference of like 8%. Well, how big of a deal is that? Okay, if you think that, you're not paying attention. That's actually version 1 means 25% more sales. That's where the difference. You're like, well, that's just an 8% difference. No, it's a 25% increase over version 2. But then you might think, well, Jim, the version 1 was winning and it was the better one. So you actually lost money by doing this test.
Okay, first of all, don't talk to me like that. And number 2, you don't know until you know. Smart Alec.
Yeah, if I could add,
the point is, everybody thought that number 2, including me, I thought I was brilliant when I was like, okay, we need to do a test. You know what? Grab the easy button before you go. Who could say no? And then it was like, oh. Well,
apparently 25% more
25% said no. Yeah,
25% more people said no. Yeah.
So that, to me, I mean, and we can speculate forever. You know, there's hindsight's 2020 and all that good stuff. But the bottom line is that you don't know. Oh, and someone might say, well, Jim, is that a statistically significant result? I mean, what was the degree of certainty? Shut up. All right. Here's the thing. It had an 80.1% degree of certainty, which is plenty for me. And it was over the course of 200 sales. So yeah, I can pretty much say that this was statistically significant. And Vicky just said it right. You'd never know if you didn't test.
And actually, if I could add to that, and that's the thing. So as great, it's like, okay, so how do we improve? If the headline is so important, what do we do? Well, first, we just don't guess, right? That's why part of the show is we have an expert copywriter on, and we dig deep into the avatar. So at least we have an idea. We're not just making stuff up. However, then we need to test it. And then regardless of the test, you're always going to get a learning. And the nice thing about split tests are they're free. Especially if you're using certain software like ClickFunnels, it's already baked in to the software that it costs you nothing but a little bit of effort and a little bit of know-how, and the know-how you're going to get on these on Beat the Headline. And so can I make just one last thing? Please
let me know when there's a period, because we'll talk over top of each other.
Yeah, see, when I don't have periods, they're just like dot dot dots, kind of like as our copywriting is. It's just dot dot dots, new line, dot dot dot, new line. Please.
So the one thing that when you're looking at this, hindsight's 2020, one of the biggest things you don't want to do, especially when you're making an offer for a one-time offer, is make somebody feel like they made a mistake with the original purchase. And what I mean by that is, a lot of times, and this has happened, we've bought stuff and then someone makes us an offer and you're like, seriously, I bought this and now you're telling me, well, it's okay, but if you really want to get the result, you need to take the upsell. And you're like, screw you, man. And to some degree, this had a little bit of screw you in it, because if I tell them grab the easy button before you go, that's implying what they already bought is not easy. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's my inference from this.
Sure.
Is that could be perceived that way. But you know, the funny thing is that if this had been my first one and I had almost a 31.5% conversion rate, it'd be swinging from the ceilings like 31.5% conversion rate. That's amazing, because other people are happy with like 2%. So that's an aside too.
Yeah, I was about to say, a 30% plus on an OTO is phenomenal. And that's the thing. I always say the biggest mistake of split testing is not running any split tests. And then the second biggest mistake is not getting a learning, not understanding why. And by the way, you might not always be correct in the learning of it, the why. Like, so Jim's, I'm going to use I see you're homogeneous, and I raise you a hypothesis. So we always want, when we're doing that split test, we always want to form that hypothesis. And it's crazy because like math and science is like, what? But like math and science as an entrepreneur are like two of your favorite friends in the context of making more money and serving more people. And so the hypothesis that Jim said is it might have been making people not congratulating them first. By the way, the word upgrade is a great word to do that. Words like, now I know this isn't for everybody. You could soften that by, the easy button more as a testimonial, as a lead, like, the book was great, but this video was like getting the easy button. But and these
That's
are
a
our
great point.
hypotheses to then test for the next split test. And so again, the biggest offender are people that do not split test at all. The second biggest offender are people that run a split test and they just they don't know why it worked or why it didn't work. And so one of our big missions on Beat That Headline is to not only beat the headline that we're seeing through brilliant copywriting and actually brilliant questioning, right, of understanding pain points and pleasure, but also through testing and then learning. And our goal is, to not just the person that the headline we're beating is getting the value, but people that are watching as well. How can you apply these concepts to your business, to your funnel, and for your customer?
Right. And so one of the cool things that we're going to do on this show is we're going to have several different types of segments. One, we'll share our own results because we eat our own cooking. We're also going to be doing testing for friends of ours who get lots and lots and lots and lots of traffic, so that we get to sharpen our chops on their dime, which is amazing. And then we also are going to bring in friends of ours that we know from around the web and in the funnel hacking world and the Jim Edwards world and the Dave world. And there's a lot of worlds colliding, parallel universes. Oh my gosh. Anyway, different discussion. So we have with us today, one of the cool things that you'll be able to do is potentially be an contestant on Beat That Headline. And Dave will tell you about how you can do that in a minute, but introduce the folks that we have with us today, Dave. And by the way, one of them I sat next to and cuddled with in front of Tony Robbins. Now how, I mean, that's like a 1 in 3,000 chance. Now I was kind of wishing his wife was sitting next to me, not him, but he was doing a pinch. He was kind of huggy.
Oh man.
So set us up.
Yes. So we're going to be bringing on Preston and Lauren Anderson, and they are just incredible. So I mean, full circle here. Preston and Lauren are a member of that high level community that you and I have been doing the show for the past year, serving. Preston's one of Preston's zone of genius is taxes, which, by the way, I never thought I'd be excited to share taxes and accounting and things like that. But we got to talking, and we hired Preston to be our tax accountant for our business, and also for personal. And I've grown to know and love him. And as we were chatting maybe a year ago, he said, "Oh yeah, I finally got my wife to kind of drink the Kool-Aid. Drink the the
Kool-Aid.
epiphanies. Yes, the lemonade. And she started this like kind of this business selling cookies and then showing people how to make cookies. Russell always talks about expert secret stuff, just show people what you do. And this little kind of cookie info product course just kept growing and growing. And the cool thing is we actually bought this course. I asked my wife to get it for me for Father's Day, and then she proceeded to start really making the cookies, and I just proceeded to eat the cookies. And this has grown into $1 million business. And what's even more powerful is they're not really teaching you how to make cookies. They are teaching parents, but primarily women. We'll get more on Avatar from Lauren and Preston in a moment, but really how to feel empowered, have time for themselves. And as a family where my wife is the mom of 3 and a 5-year-old and married to an entrepreneur, this has become her kind of her safe space to really meditate. It's become something that she takes pride in. And she is one of now thousands and thousands of other women experiencing this. So she has a group.
Okay, Dave, come on.
All this awesome stuff.
Come on.
I know.
You're taking away. Like, hey, I'm Preston.
10 more minutes, and it's like, ba-dum. That's all the time we have today, folks.
Okay, here we go.
So let's bring them on, and they're just phenomenal. I could just talk about you guys for the next 30 minutes. Well, we didn't get to the headline.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh man.
What's happening?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, they got nothing to say, Dave.
Sorry.
You said it all.
Oh
Yeah. Cookies. It's
Cookies.
insane.
Well, that thing over your right shoulder, Lauren, that means there's money in cookies. I mean,
Is that Preston? Oh, sorry. The screen's reversed. Right shoulder.
That's awesome.
So yeah,
Okay.
we got that in 9 months.
Wow, that's awesome. Good for you.
9
So,
months.
and what we're going to do today is see if we can help you come up with some ideas for some headlines that you can test for the one that you've already got on there, so that you can say they couldn't beat my headline,
Okay.
which is just as good.
So you helped us
Yeah.
once. You helped us about a year. We were on with in that small group. We were
Yeah.
you and Dave jumped on and did this a year ago or so.
Yeah, you
Were we
were one of-
mean? Were we mean?
No, you actually said, I don't know how this is selling. I have to read every single word of the ad because they're being sold before they get here.
Yeah, that was. But hey, man, it worked.
Yeah.
So
It's been working, but it can work better.
It can't
okay, that's the right attitude. So let's go ahead, Dave. Go ahead and fire up and show everybody the intake form, and we'll get the info from them, and we'll take a look at the site. We'll ask questions, and then we'll make some suggestions for some headlines.
All right. Let me know if and when you see my screenage.
All right. So now you gotta. There we go. Okay.
Cool.
Can you zoom in a little on that?
I sure can.
There you go. Okay. So now tell us. Well, this is where they already filled out the intake form. So we're like the doctor that's like,
Where was that blank? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
That's because we
There's
added
one blank.
added questions since you filled it out. We
Oh yeah.
so
Yep.
So currently you're driving ads with Facebook ads, Google, Pinterest ads, social media, and I could see cookies doing really well on Pinterest.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
it's pretty quickly there.
So who is your ideal customer? My ideal customer is a what? Busy mom?
Stressed out mom.
So
okay, cool.
Going back to what Dave said about his wife. So this company started because Lauren we were in the hospital with a son who had congenital heart defects. And she learned cookies during that time. And I came home one day and there were cookies all over the house. And I said, honey, I think you're taking your stress out in cookies. And she's like, you're darn right. I am. So we had so many cookies, we didn't know what to do with them. We had to give them all away. But so it's literally stressed out moms.
Stressed out moms. That was
She
me.
is
Okay.
I
the
am
avatar.
I am the avatar.
Okay, so type that in, Dave. Stressed out mom,
And grandma.
please. Will it let you add to it, or won't let you add to it since it's theirs? Okay, Dave's got New York internet.
Can you go fill it out? Can you go just
Okay, we can't hear you, Dave.
Oh, sorry about that. I did not want to interrupt, even though I'm so tempted to say it. So I don't trust myself. So I muted myself.
Okay.
So Jim, I'm taking notes, and when we move over to the actual headline change, we will add it there.
Okay.
Cool.
So, all right. Your ideal customer's main focus is make pretty cookies and feel amazing. I would be more like make pretty cookies that make you feel amazing, not and feel amazing, because it's like that. Just a thought, because what we want to try and avoid whenever you're, especially with a headline, you want to avoid what I call compound thoughts.
Okay.
You want to have one major idea that you're trying to get across, and make pretty cookies and feel amazing is two thoughts.
Yeah.
But make pretty cookies that make you feel amazing is still, it's linking them together better.
Yeah.
That's the
Okay.
one thing I struggle with is I can see, I'm obsessed about what cookies turns my customers into. Like they feel a certain way, right? But like they're making cookies. Like it's so simple, but at the same time, they're transforming into like a non-stressed out mom. So I always have a hard time combining that and not making it complicated.
That's okay. So, okay, so who do they want to become, or what do they think as the answer? So the mom, they always wanted to be the person that gets recognized and seen. Tell me why is that important? Why does that matter?
Oh, because it's an identity thing, right?
Okay.
So,
shorten that identity down for me a little bit. Mom, they always wanted to be like super mom, like super mom, or just synthesize it a little.
I would say that.
No, I said that. What would you say?
That encompasses it. I have a hard time with this part.
Okay, well, let's try super mom. Let's just for grins, we'll try super mom. Okay. So let me ask you this. Now, what's your ideal customer's number one big payoff? Satisfy your offer. My ideal customer really wants to be able to make gorgeous cookies easily.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Why do they want to make gorgeous cookies? What's the payoff of the payoff there? What's the benefit of that?
Make Pinterest.
They get recognized for making amazing cookies. Like they get seen and heard.
Yeah, I was gonna say that word "seen" is super powerful. I know, just my conversation with my wife, and I think that word "to be seen" is
seen by whom?
Family, friends,
friends,
loved ones.
Yeah, the people who they serve.
Why do they want to do that? Why do cookies make them feel good?
So the thing about making a cookie, it makes you feel good in so many ways. It makes you feel good when you make it because you're spending time on yourself. You're in that meditative zone. It feels good when you eat them because it's sugar and they taste delicious. It feels good when you give them away because you're serving other people. It feels good when you sell them because you're making money for yourself or your family.
And it feels good when people eat them because they compliment you on an amazing cookie.
So maybe get
compliments.
Get recognized and complimented on your amazing cookies.
Yes.
Okay, write that down, Dave, or somebody get this. Somebody record that.
I'm writing it down. I'm writing it down.
Get recognized and complimented for your amazing cookies. I mean, this is just we're in the sandbox, okay? But that's the kind of idea we want to get across. And then the pain, what's the number one pain hurdle your ideal customer is currently experiencing or wants to avoid on the way to the big payoff? So my customer really wants to avoid failing is kind of like, looking like a dork, answering
they don't want to feel miserable.
Avoid feeling miserable. Avoid, why, what do you mean?
So
oh man,
a lot of these women want Pinterestable cookies. They want cookies that look amazing but taste great too, and a lot of them have already tried and failed, and they've done the cookies and their cookies look like trash. And I mean, they look good to most people, but to everybody they have higher standards for themselves, and so they're not quote unquote Instagram worthy or Pinterestable.
But what are they really trying to avoid? You're still not drilling down to the we're looking for the emotional pain. What does making crappy looking nasty cookies mean?
What's not seen? Like
Well, the opposite of not being seen. Yeah. Like
yeah.
as a mom feeling miserable. I don't want to feel miserable that like I'm giving and serving and doing and like taking care of the people I love and not getting anything in return.
Not getting the
So
recognition.
avoid feeling like a failure as a mom.
Like a failure. Yes. So that.
So avoid feeling like a failure.
Yeah.
It's not failing, it's feeling like a failure
Yeah,
You're right.
that's
because of ugly cookies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right. I
fine.
synthesize what Randall said, but avoid feeling like a failure with ugly cookies.
Yeah.
And this is good. Randall said that avoid feeling like a failure because you can't do this simple task. That's kind of cool too. I like that. Okay, good job, Randall. Okay, so who is their enemy? It's not interruptions and lack of time. We want it to be a person. Now now listen to me. I'm going to give you some clues, and maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong, but it don't matter because you didn't pay to be on the show. But here's the thing. You just kind of told me an enemy. It's those Pinterest stars whose cookies look great but taste like crap. That's a possible enemy. Let's see where I'm going with that.
Or the PTA mom who like walks in with her gorgeous cookies and her kids dressed perfect and like, yeah.
Oh my God. The PTA mom with the perfect kids and cookies.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that. That is great because I already hate her. I already hate that lady. Her kids are brats too. They're closet rats. They're the ones that are always causing problems, and then they never get caught. And they need to. You see them at Walmart, and I trip those children, just so you know, and then run. I don't trip those children. Yeah, I do.
I thought you were gonna say I don't run. I just stand there staring at them after I trip them. Like, what are you gonna do?
Okay, so I like that the PTA mom with the perfect kids and cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my, and perfect in quotes. Oh my God, this is amazing. This is going to be so cool. We may not beat your headline, but we're going to have fun.
Yeah.
All right. So what other product solutions? My ideal customer has usually tried YouTube videos, mini tutorials from Instagram cookie influence. Oh, cookie. I hate them too.
Yep.
Figuring out on their own, buying classes or courses that didn't help or taught over their head. I like that. Those are good. That's some real pain in there.
Yeah.
And also I would just say too, just as like a child growing up, buying crappy cookies at the store that everyone knows you bought because you didn't have the time because you didn't think that you could make it at home, because that is usually the go-to for and the false belief that like the person, Roni could not believe, and she has some baking experience but not with cookies so much, that she was able to do this.
Yeah.
And so I would fit that. I would still make that part of the, because it's the yeah. Anyway, store bought. I know you said that the enemy is a person, but in terms of other solutions, store bought is usually an alternative. At least in my experience.
Right, but that's not an enemy. That's like an objection or that's a different thing. That's not the enemy. The enemy is the person that everybody who is here live, tell me yes or no in the comments.
Yeah, Karen.
You can I don't think anybody here is named Karen or they changed their name, but I mean, you all can identify or think of the Karen, the perfect PTA mom with her perfect little clothes and her perfect little makeup and her perfect little butt and her little rats that are dressed in Ralph Lauren. And she's like, oh, well, I brought some cookies and I mean, it's just something I put together and they're all freaking perfect. Okay. Just like her. And you just hope that her real life is just totally miserable because nobody looks like that. Okay. This is like therapy for me. I've told you, this is what I do on Facebook. All right. So, and that's pretty much it. And you agree to let us use, we get to use your likeness and everything and all of our marketing. Okay. All right. So now let's go look at the headline.
Ready? And very quick banter. Just got to get this out there. Listen, you guys want to design your pages in the desktop editor of ClickFunnels or whatever landing page software you're using, great. However, when we are looking at this from the customer's point of view, and you should always go back, like go to your funnel and buy it as a customer. Ask your friend, give them the $20 or the $100 to go and buy the thing, because you as the marketer or the funnel builder or whatever, we get so caught up in the weeds, we forget the customer journey. And 98% of your buyers, especially if you're running Facebook ads, are coming in on their phone.
Not 98%, but it's just a
about
high
10%.
percentage.
It's huge though.
It's
Jim?
91.
What's that?
Not 98% of mine. And be careful, dude. I know you got a copy of this book, all right? How to Lie with Statistics, but I mean, come on.
Okay.
I know it's important, but
98% of my e-commerce businesses that I own are going on mobile.
In this business, it's about 91% are mobile.
Okay. Well, and see, and the funny thing in my business, and we track it,
Yeah.
in my business, it's about 55-45. 55 on desktop and 45 on phone.
Stressed out moms are always on their mobile.
Okay. I'm not
Yeah.
poo-pooing. I'm just saying you got to be careful when somebody throws out a statistic. I remember a famous marketer who said, red headlines don't work. You're so full of crap. But anyway.
So Jim, but even of the 50%, which is actually I've never seen that, but I'm sure in different audiences, the default though, I've never seen anybody get into a funnel builder and go as a default, go to the mobile, right? And so I would rather overshoot it, because usually 100% of the time people are on their desktop. So let's look at this in mobile, because this is what people see as the fold, so to speak.
So here's the thing that you got to be careful of, and you just make sure you don't screw this up. Before you start doing any kind of tests, especially because Preston and Lauren have a performing offer here, do not go making changes to your funnel without saving what's working so that you can go back to it in case you break it or it doesn't work as well, and you just start spitballing, and all of a sudden you can't remember what your original headline was that was doing the best. And you might, I would never do that. I know plenty of people that have done that.
Well, that's why we always test. That's why we always have that word that you said, control.
I understand, but have it somewhere besides in there. Have it somewhere else. Clone it somewhere else. Copy it somewhere. Just have it like in a vault, so that you can't ever lose the original control if you need to go back to it. That's all I'm saying. So the other thing, you can look at the headline and think about it. And Dave, correct me if you think I'm wrong, but you can also look at the headline as a headline package. So you got your grabber, your headline, your subheadline. Sometimes you can just look at that as a headline unit, because sometimes you're going to test a grabber, a headline, and a subheadline, especially when you're making wholesale big swath swipes at stuff, as opposed to just changing like one word, like you need a cookie now. Okay, let's test that one and see if it makes a 10% difference. No, it's not gonna. So that's the other thing, is that typically when we're trying to really beat a headline, we try and take several different angles instead of, so one might be about the big payoff. The other one might be about the identity of the person. The other might be the yin and yang of the payoff without the penalty. The other one might be all about the penalty, how to avoid this or something like that. It just, we're taking those big, broad brush strokes, and we've got to make sure that the traffic source is really homogeneous is the word. It's in other words, it's all coming from the same place. In order to really make a good call on that. So just looking at this and basing it on the conversation that we're having, the number one thing I would do would be to add a little grabber that said attention,
stressed out
busy,
moms.
stressed out moms.
Sorry, can't help myself, but I love it.
You were thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah, of course. Look, I got my scribbles and notes and everything, man. I'm a professional.
Best notes ever. Best notes ever. You and I would be like stepbrothers, if we could do the movie Step Brothers together.
Oh,
living in a boat tree house with crossbows. Best birthday ever. So I mean, and where would you put that though? Would you put that right above the you need a cookie and underneath the other thing? Yeah, that's where I'd do it too.
Well, you guys are learning on my shortcuts.
He's changing your funnel right now, Lauren. You better stop him.
I know.
This is stressing her out.
This is stressing me out. Okay, I have
She
to bring
needs a
up.
cookie.
So I know I said stressed out moms is the avatar, right?
Uh-huh.
But as my avatar, being defined as stressed out it's weird. I don't like it. I don't like being labeled as stressed out, even though I am stressed out a lot, right? So,
How about busy, slightly stressed out moms?
How about
I don't
overworked?
identify with that. What?
How about overworked, over dependent, over like the word
Over,
over?
yeah, over something, or even like, hey, attention, busy moms.
Okay.
I would go with attention busy moms.
Sounds good. And do we like? By the way, Preston, Lauren, don't worry. This is a unlive funnel, so I already
Yeah.
took Jim's point of when
You
we
just
have
lowered her blood. Her
I can breathe now.
yeah, here. Hold on. Just so you see. Just so you see. We'll take it from the
I
top. 'Cause
trust you.
yeah.
blood pressure shot through the roof when she saw you messing with the funnel.
No, look. This is off here. And again,
We're good. We're good.
it's too advanced for the Beat That Headline show, but like pay no attention to the ridiculous multivariant testing of multiple pages and all that stuff, because yes, there is a way to do more than A/B testing in ClickFunnels. You just got to know an insane smart person that's smarter than me and convince them to create some cool stuff. So Jim and I could share that another time. So yeah, so we are working off an unlive page that is duplicated. I'm a professional. Do not do this at home.
I have nothing to do with this, so if there's any kind of a lawsuit involved, I'll get you Dave's address.
I think I got it on my tax return.
Yeah, exactly. Preston, you could just always like, as one of like the expenses, just be like, payback for whatever of like ruining my funnel on a call with Jim, $10,000.
Yeah.
Well, it's a write-off. All right. Let's
so-
get back to it.
Right off.
Yep.
So I would do, again, just attention busy moms, and I would have a capital B, a capital M.
Okay. And what about the attention? Would you write it out or ATTN?
I don't think it matters, but
All right.
again, if we were doing micro testing,
Attention, busy moms. ...
dot.
Of course. ... Man, come on.
Busy moms with an
Come
S.
on.
And the only other thing I would change, again, this right here and of itself, because you guys are already generating traffic and know your numbers, this could be enough to test, to really see if that lifted conversion just with that call out. Okay. Just because you already got so much traffic and stuff going on. All right.
Yeah.
But if we were going to test a headline, you need a cookie. There's a bunch of different things you can do. Do you need a cookie? Question mark. I mean, not so it's like a shift of you need a cookie or do you need a cookie? I mean, that's another option that you could try.
I like that. It kind of plays off the busy moms one.
Do you need a cookie? ... But not just any cookie. I would put the ... in front of the but not just any cookie.
So
No,
get rid of the
I don't know what you're doing. I'm seeing double.
Big, yeah. And it BUS.
like I said, I am a professional. So what we're doing is we're hiding these things so at the end of the call we have them saved, and then my team is going to make multiple tests so we can get a faster
So
result.
attention busy mom. No, I'm not trying to buy moms. That's called trafficking, and it's not. This is traffic.
Yeah.
Put the crackdown on that. Busy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, okay.
Attention busy moms. So on this one, not the ... and then the
No. Leave the ... But we're gonna put
Oh.
no.
And then
Well, I wasn't thinking there. I was thinking the ... in front of the but. No.
Love it. Oh, we're like
Question mark
dotting the
and
heck
then
out of it.
... but not just any cookie.
Talk to me, Jim. What else you like here, babe?
I would go with that. I mean, that's okay. And then again, since this is playful, if this was like I would put a little smiley emoji after the but not just any cookie smiley face emoji.
Ooh, I like that. So down below, Dave.
Yeah. After
No.
the cookie. Yeah.
The second cookie. Like a winking emoji. But not just any cookie.
Or perhaps a rotten pickle could be involved.
Talk to me, guys. I'm multitasking here. I'm trying
Look
to
at
funnel-
you. Look at
It was
you.
right. Can we try to start the ATTN capitalized feels better to me.
That's fine.
There we go.
Colon, yeah, busy moms. Do you need a cookie? But not just any cookie, smiley face. Introducing Cookie Camp, a 5-part workshop series. But anyway, I don't want to mess with that because everything else is working.
Yep. Okay. I'm trying to get organized. So we got that one, and let's go back to what is it? Rose. So beat that headline. We're gonna unhide this one. Give me a second, and we'll hide this one, and we'll go back in here.
So now we need to try and do like an identity one.
Yeah, I was about to say, let's do like more. And here's the thing, guys. Remember, we want to have massive swings sometimes. And so if we get back to results where it's completely different, the, you know, how to get without, or the here's how you can get recognized and complimented for making cookies that make you and your family feel amazing. You know, like something like very
that's what we want. That's what we want to go.
Yep. You guys work on your juice. I'll keep writing what you guys are saying.
What they're hoping to get out of it.
Okay, well, you're the one that wrote down all the cool thingies, and I can't. My short-term memory doesn't remember this stuff, and that's why I created the wizards, because I only got to remember it long enough to put it in the damn avatar, and then I load it in, and then I look like a genius. So, Dave, what were the things that we said? What did we say that was cool? The payoff and the pain and all that stuff. Come on.
Recognized, something being recognized.
Okay, I'm going to start typing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let me hide this.
How to. See, I'm going to contribute the most important words. How to.
Okay. I'll just write it and then we can always speak it, okay? Here's how to get recognized.
Oh my God, you did not spell recognize that way.
For cookies that make you feel amazing. Okay. And we
have something about your family in there too, which was awesome.
Oh, I was going to say to make you and your family. I think that's what I just ad-libbed that, but we could do that. Cool. And I got a typing tutorial I can sell you, Dave. I don't know. I heard there's this really good 7-day ebook course that's coming out. Oh geez, you know it's bad when there's
no autocorrect.
When the autocorrect really literally says, "Are you freaking serious?" We're getting there. There we go. Cool. And we'll make this obviously a little smaller. And I don't know if we want, Jim, what's your thoughts on having capitalized every letter? I usually capitalize every
headline,
letter in the headline. You don't have to, and they actually don't do it in newspapers. So I mean, it's I don't love it, but that doesn't mean it wouldn't work. So I'm just going to play around with some stuff. Okay, here's how to get recognized as a super mom who gets complimented for her cookies. I'm just spitballing stuff now. You know, here's how to feel like that. Here's how to create and get recognized for amazing cookies that make you and your loved ones feel amazing. I'm just help me out in the comments, folks.
How to get recognized as the super mom you
are
to be, or the super mom you are,
by creating amazing cookies that make you and your loved ones feel amazing.
Yeah, I think recognized is enough.
Yeah,
get recognized as the super mom you are.
I like it. I know it's too wordy, Craig. We're trying to cut it down.
Yeah, as a super mom you are. And then how'd you say the last part?
I don't know. That's why we record this.
Here's how to get recognized. Instead of for as, here's how to get recognized as the super mom you are. Super mom, make it 2 words with a capital M for mom. I don't know how to make the last bit concise. Let's see.
No, not how to finally, not get rid of finally.
I love finally. Okay. He said I get recognized as the super mom
you are
with cookies that make you and your loved ones. I was going to say look and feel amazing. I know the cookies look amazing. I'm not sure if eating all those cookies are going to make you look amazing.
With cookies that make you and your loved ones feel amazing.
The OTO is now a 7-day fitness boot camp.
Is it really?
No,
That is awesome.
no.
I'm gonna upsell a damn exercise bike.
Listen, one of the hallmarks of like customer journey is solve a problem by creating another problem.
Yeah, that
That's all
creates
that-
a whole other problem.
Here's something
Definitely
Leslie said
right.
in the comments. She said, "Get recognized as a super mom because of your spectacular cookie baking skills." I still want to link it to the. I like that, and again, these are. Anyway, how to get recognized as the super mom you are with cookies that make you and your loved ones feel amazing.
Would it be bad to add decorated cookies? Do we want to indicate any bit of like what?
It
What they're
it should
gonna-
have some kind of a moderator on cookies.
I know you have professional here. I like this. I mean, I actually think this is great that you're actually saying what it is, because a lot of times people forget that part, and it's a 5-part workshop series that will give you insider secrets.
Okay,
to
let me
professional- Yeah.
hang on. Stop. Where it says, but not just any cookie, I want you to put in there in parentheses, even if you burn water, something along like that. Like even if you've never, even if you
Never.
Even if you failed
Even if-
before.
Even if you aren't creative or have never baked before, because
There you
people,
go.
these kind of people
Okay.
that identify as I'm not creative, I can't do this.
okay.
I like the never baked before, and this is where clarity trumps persuasion, because I like, even if you burnt water, but there's something about, and I can't believe I'm saying this, Jim, because usually I like being cute and like, witty and stuff like that, but straight up saying, even if you never baked before, I think is, might, be more clarity trumps persuasion. So that might be even more
Okay.
clear, but
I
we
would
can always
also
test it.
change that to even if you aren't creative, not
There you
if
go.
you're not, even if you
'Cause
aren't.
it's identity. Yep. Even
Yeah,
if,
No, even if you aren't creative. No, not you're not. It's you aren't creative and have never baked before.
Or
or,
might-
and yeah.
it might identify as one or the other. It would
Okay.
capture both.
I like
Right.
it a lot.
How to get recognized as the super mom you are with cookies that
I feel like
I like that look and taste amazing. I like that.
Ooh, look and taste. I like. Yep. I'm just gonna make this a little shorter.
Taste.
Here's how to
I
get
think
recognized as a supermom. That
with
you were?
cookies that with homemade cookies that look and taste amazing.
That look and taste amazing.
That look
what
and
they'll
taste
feel,
amazing. Huh?
Instead of talking about how they'll feel.
Well, but here's the thing. I understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
But,
But
they're
to-
like
to-
Supermom, right?
but the thing is, if a super mom, a lot of times what we try and do is when we tell somebody what to feel or what to do, they either might or they might not. But when we set it up in such a way that they can interpret it and how they want to interpret it, like you have a different interpretation of what being a supermom means than somebody else does,
Yeah.
but you still want to be recognized as supermom. And so, that with homemade cookies that look and taste amazing, it's like, what does look and taste amazing? What's the payoff of that for you? My kids are going to love me. I'm going to be able to punch PTA Pam in the puss, punch PTA Pam in the puss. Pop!
It's insinuated. I get it. Yeah.
Right.
And
And again, it's persuasion. It's not right or wrong.
So,
And
putting
my
it
daughter's like, okay, here's my daughter Nancy, who is a mom who knows how to bake, and she is going nuts. She's voxing me with this thing, so I got to recognize her because otherwise she's going to get mad. Get recognized as the super mom you are with amazing custom cookies that will keep them coming back for
Ooh,
more.
custom cookies. That's it. Because the homemade, yeah, that's it. Custom cookies.
But homemade custom cookies are just custom cookies because this still doesn't tell them that they're making the cookies yet. This could be an ad for buying cookies.
But here's the thing: is people, and I know. Well, I can speak for me, right? I associate homemade cookies with non-decorated sugar cookies. So, like, do I want those I don't know. I guess I wouldn't
Okay.
I wouldn't say no to those people, but is that going to bring in the right kind of people that are interested in homemade
Beats the hell out of me. I don't know.
All right.
Well, this is why we're testing, right?
How about home baked?
My-
Okay, Nancy just said home baked. How about home baked custom
Home-baked.
cookies?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Just putting
Home-baked.
custom cookies so that Lauren doesn't lose it.
Well, but I don't know if that's going to be right. I want to micro test all these home baked.
Okay, well then we can do that.
But-
Save
but
that one and we'll
Lauren-
do the other one.
We have a unique opportunity. We could test 5 things at a time.
Dave, yeah, Dave,
Yeah.
Dave,
We got to wrap this up, Dave.
Let's do this. Okay.
I want to test punch PTA
Okay,
Pam in the
so-
face.
Yes, no, listen, here's how I wonder how this is going to play, because I know she's our enemy, but in the very first ads that I ran, I was trying to get these women to be that mom. Like, I want them to be PTA. They want to be PTA Pam. That's why they hate her so much, because they want to be her.
Sorry, I can't help myself.
That's not a dirty word, Dave. With
Puss?
the Y on the end, it's a dirty word. Puss is like your
Okay.
face, man. Jeezy Pete, dirty minded. Anyway,
Okay.
I don't think that anyone's going to know what that means but us. And yes,
no,
these
we're
are
not
great
gonna say
points.
PTM, Pam.
No, you can't say
You are illustrating exactly why we have to test, because what we think
100%.
is right, nobody cares, because I'm not pulling out my credit card and buying this. As much as I like you both, I ain't buying this.
for you.
But you're absolutely right. I bet you that word homemade versus custom would make a difference.
Yeah.
I, honest to God, I believe that with everything in my soul. Okay, with custom cookies that look and taste amazing.
All right. Well, let's try it, guys. This was our 4th one. We are surprisingly organized, which is I'm shocked
Shocking.
myself. I
Love
know.
I'm
and
impressed, Dave.
We're gonna stop sharing that.
That was it.
Can you guys
So-
see me? Are we back on Earth right now?
Yeah. So let me ask you.
That was
let me ask
amazing. I
you-
need to that was
That was good
fantastic.
stuff.
I went on a ride. That was an adventure. Talk about the
So-
hero's journey. My goodness. Woo!
Okay, well, easy there, hot flash, Dave.
I might be your demographic in 5 more years from now. I'm not sure. I'm getting all warm.
Men can have babies now, so you know. So here's the thing.
I put the men in menopause. I'm just for the kids that are watching. It's a family show, Jim. Puss is not apparently a bad word. Apparently.
Cookies.
Dave's
I
favorite
put-
pastime is making me blush.
I put the found in dumbfounded. Okay. And I'm looking at like Russell's thing here, like wondering, praying he's not watching this. So the upshot is we don't know if any of those are going to beat the control.
But we're going to find out.
But the most profitable thing you could do with a working offer is find one that beats the control.
Yeah.
Because making a new product takes forever, creating a new course, doing all this other stuff. But in an hour, not even an hour, because we rambled for 20 minutes or whatever, we have done something that could revolutionize your business, or at a minimum, will confirm that the way you're doing it beat all these other ones, and let's try some more. And you're like, okay, now I need to focus on, once I've got this thing dialed in, now we start testing other items on the page. As soon as we can't beat that headline anymore, we start looking at other items on the page. The first paragraph, the first subheadline, the story, trying a different story, longer story, short story. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff we can test, but until we know that headline is amazing. So now Randall like stole this from me. Please come back and let us know. This was exciting. So my question is, will you guys be running some traffic to this? And do you think in the next couple of weeks you'd be able to come back and share with us which test won, which headline won? Because
Absolutely.
it kind of screws the idea of the show if you don't. It's like, hell no, I'm not going to let y'all know. In fact, forget my domain.
Yeah. It like redirects to like, please do not come to this page again.
That's right.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yes,
Well, this was
absolutely.
fun.
And I think we have some other tests and things running for them, but I think in 2 weeks, Jim. So not next show, but the show after. And I will say this is what I love about Beat That Headline, because we are the only show that actually shows results after the whole guru copywriting, thing. That features me and Jim. That's like my favorite thing. And
And
so,
Mr. Pickles! Woohoo! All the other shows suck because it doesn't have us.
so Preston, Lauren, thank you so much. Not only do you make delicious cookies, but you're delicious human beings, and we just appreciate you guys playing full out today and sharing, what your accomplishments and letting us kind of take a whack at beating that headline.
Thank
That was
you.
fun.
This
Thank
is
you
so
guys.
fun. I can't wait to see what works.
And it was a lot of fun to see you, Preston, without cuddling with you. And I didn't want to be weird or anything. And so we're going to end with some music, and then we appreciate everybody being here with us. Thanks for joining us on Beat That Headline. Tune in next week for another test, another lesson, and in 2 weeks, we'll be bringing back Preston and Lauren to share the results of their test, and all the while with exciting commentary, jokes, and lots of fun with Jim and Dave. Join us next time for Beat That Headline.